Finding volume part 3. If you haven't seen videos 1 and 2 yet, get your life together. This is the wrong order. We're going to find volume just like we did in the previous videos, but this time we're not going to be counting cubes like we were before. Now we're going to use the measurements in order to find volume. Oh snap, oh snap. Yeah, you got this. So let's say we got this rectangular prism, right? And now I'm like, okay, well, how much space is that? How much space can that thing hold? What's the volume here? Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do anything with the information given to us now. We would need some sort of dimensions known, okay? So let's go ahead and just pretend that these are the dimensions, okay? So I can see that it's 6 feet long, all right, 5 feet wide, and it stands 4 feet tall. So great, now that I have those dimensions, what do? This is what I want you to think about for a second. What do you think you should do? All right, so I know that I said we weren't going to use the cubes, but I want to use the cubes to show why you don't need the cubes. I know that sounds super confusing, but just check me out. Let's look at it. Let's just see. All right, so just like before, we knew before we would say, oh, there's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubes going this way. Well, that's what I'm saying right here. This is 6 feet. All right, and then this is 5 feet going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. We see 5 cubes and then 4, right? And so normally we will break this bad boy open, right? And we would say, okay, how many can we fit? We already know that we're going to be able to fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this back row because we said this thing is 6 feet long. We already said that. And then after that, we would say, all right, well, that's 1 row of 6. So that means we can get another 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of that 6. But we knew that because it was 5 feet wide. So we knew that there was 6 feet in each of those 5 rows. So that's 6, 5. Well, we know that 5 rows of 6 is 30. So that's 30 in the bottom layer, 30 cubes in the bottom layer. Now, wait a minute. 5, 6. Well, yeah, I see how we got 30. Do you? Well, then next thing you would know is, all right, well, if there's 30 in the bottom layer, how many layers am I going to need? Well, you already know, I'm sure. 1, 2, 3, you're going to need 4 layers, which is why this 4 is right here. So if there's 30 in the bottom layer and you have 4 layers, how much do you think the volume is going to calculate to be? What do you think the volume is going to be? How many cubes will be able to fit inside this object? Well, I'm sure you had time to think, but let's go ahead and find out with our display here, this manipulative that we got. So we already got 5 rows of 6. That's 30. And so then we're going to throw on another 30, and then another 30, and then another 30. That was 4 groups of 30. All right, 4 layers of 30. Well, how much is that, you might ask? Well, that's what I'm asking you, actually. 4 columns. I'm sorry, not 4 columns. 4 layers of 30. Well, if you came up with 120, then kudos to you. What up? I mean, it wasn't hard. You just had to do 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30, or you could do 30 times 4. You could have, however you wanted to do it, but you got it. So that's 120 cubes. And now, since we're measuring in feet, that means each cube is 1 cubic foot. So that's 120 cubic feet that we are measuring in.